What is up, and welcome to SGPN's The Daily Dog. I'm your host, Jordan Hess. I'm here with my favorite Underdog Fantasy Pick'em plays for Wednesday, December 18th, 2024. If you're new to Underdog Fantasy, sign up with promo code DAILYDOG. That's DAILYDOG at UnderdogFantasy.com or on the Underdog Fantasy app. That gives you a 50% deposit match bonus up to $1,000. It is the best promo code out there. Don't let your friends sign up with a worse promo code that's only 25% or only $250 match. Go with the best one, Daily Dog, DAILYDOG at UnderdogFantasy.com or on the Underdog Fantasy app. Man, I got to tell you, once you're a user of Underdog Fantasy, the amount of opportunities they give you to increase your money, even after you're already on the app, is huge. So take advantage of the promo code DailyDog when you get there, and then take advantage of all the promos. For example, there's a 50% profit boost on NBA Cup slips yesterday. That one really helped me out in a major way because we fell short on a couple slips yesterday. We hit one yesterday too, but we were one leg away with Dame Lillard. Man, that was tough from hitting our lotto. So that would have been pretty awesome. But again, I was able to take advantage of the promo on a slip that or on a pick on a set of picks that I put in right before that game started, and it really helped me out. But yeah, I did hit a slip yesterday. It was good. It was still not a winning day, but it was good to get a little bit back there with our old guy assist pick slip with in the NHL with Anze Kopitar higher than half an assist and Sidney Crosby higher than half an assist. Penguins got that home win there. But Anze was assisted on the very first goal, so that was awesome to get that one taken care of. And we got a little bit of value so far in our NFL slips, so the ones we put out yesterday. So we're going to put in a couple more today and keep on going from there. All right, let's get right into it. New picks that we're putting out today, new projections on our underdog entry for Thursday Night Football. This is going to be our third one of the week. Another two-leg pack of projections. We've been doing two legs all week, and we're going to continue to do two legs all week because I don't know, I'm just feeling it. I'm tired of the three legs. I've gone 2 out of 3 too many times, and I don't want to play flexes, so we are going to stick with it. We're going to go with Joshua Palmer on Thursday Night Football, the wide receiver for the Chargers, higher than 33.5 receiving yards, and then also Devaughn, Vele, wide receiver for the Broncos, higher than 30.5 receiving yards. The numbers are trending up for both of these quarterbacks' passing yards. Guys that really can eat in that situation are Joshua Palmer and Vele. They're both about the wide receiver 3 for their team. That's why these numbers are so low, 33.5 and 30.5 for Vele. But Palmer really is a guy that can smash this expectation. He's done it plenty of times. In a lot of games when they've been playing from behind, he has been the guy who's gotten his target share vastly increased. Obviously, there's good secondary players for the Broncos, but at the end of the day, you need more guys. Palmer has 502 yards on the season, averaging 36.2, I believe, per game, something like that, 35.8, something like that, a little bit higher than this. But last week in that blowout loss to the Bucs, he only had 3 targets. The week previous, though, at Kansas City, he had 9 targets, 6 for 78. Then 4 weeks ago, he had 3 for 38 on 8 targets. So again, and there's situations when this team is desperate to throw the ball where Palmer's share goes up quite a bit. And I think that they're going to have to pass here. Their running game has just been pretty terrible lately from the Chargers ever since J.K. Dobbins has been out. So that's why I like Josh Palmer there. Then on the other side, Devaughn Vele, he's not necessarily like a straight up Deshaun Jackson, big play wide receiver or something like that. But he is a guy that can smash 30.5 fairly easy. He's the second leading receiver on this team, only 377 yards, but hey, he's a young player, 7th rounder from last season. So, a lot to learn. But he's gone over this in at least 5 games. Actually, he's gone over this, in like 5 games this year. And when he goes over it, he smashes it. It's really about the targets for him. So last week in that Colts game where they didn't need to pass, he only had 1 target. Against the Browns, where they kind of won going away, he had 4 targets, only 1 was converted. Week before that, though, against the Raiders, he had 9 targets. Week before that, against the Falcons, 5 targets. Week before that, 4 targets. 4 targets is what we need here. Obviously, again, 5 or 6 would be great, but 4 targets, 3 catches, he's going to get higher than 30.5 receiving yards. So that's why I really like this one. Next, we are going to go to more wide receivers. We're going to take Courtland Sutton on our second slip. By the way, that was a 3X. That was a 3X pack of projections right there for Joshua Palmer higher than 33.5 yards and Devaughn Vele higher than 30.5. But we're going to go to Courtland Sutton on our next one, higher than 63.5 receiving yards. He basically needs to average 64 receiving yards per game for the rest of the season to hit a $500,000 bonus, which obviously is going to be weighing heavy on him. He's going to be trying to get open. He's going to be trying to make plays. He always is, but having $500,000 on the table for having pretty solid games from here on out definitely is going to play a factor, at least for me. Then we're also going to go Quintin Johnston higher than 20 or 40.5 receiving yards. We had his receptions yesterday. We're going to hedge it a little bit by taking his receiving yards here. Just Johnston is getting targeted enough right now to get this number. So I'm going higher than 40.5 receiving yards. He can do this on one play. It's obviously a huge play threat. But if he gets 4 catches, he's getting over this. If he gets 5 catches, we're sailing past this. This is also a 3X multiplier. Quick update on the projections I put out yesterday. The first one was 2 leg with Bo Nix higher than 222.5 passing yards, and now it's 223.5. It has been toggling back and forth a little bit though, so you still might be able to get 222.5. And then I had Quintin Johnston higher than 3.5 receptions. I still like that. That one hasn't moved. That's a 2.7x pack of projections. Then the other one I gave out yesterday was Courtland Sutton higher than half of a rushing plus receiving touchdown, and also McConkey higher than 0.5 rushing plus receiving touchdowns. That was a 5.39x yesterday. It's out now up to 5.42x. So the rare time where we don't get the best of it. But I guarantee you by Thursday, this thing is going to be going down. People are going to be targeting Courtland Sutton like heck. All right, let's get going to NHL today. NHL is where we had our good luck yesterday. We're going to go with Matt Duchene higher than 0.5 points for the Stars. Man, Duchene was one of our dudes for a long time, but he's kind of fallen off. He's got cooled off a little bit is what I'll say. This is my last gasp, and then if he doesn't hit this one, I'm just going to have to stay off of him for a while. But again, he was a very solid point getter. He still is the leading point getter for this Stars team. But just as far as consistency goes, he hasn't had a point in a couple of games. He hasn't had one in his last. Well, he's only had one. He didn't have one in his last game. He had a goal 2 games ago. Didn't have one in that. So he's been kind of alternating. He did come off of a pointless game against the Capitals. So let's go Matt Duchene. Let's get a point here. That one is paired with Sam Reinhart, higher than 0.5 goals. Obviously a tough matchup with the Panthers heading to the Wild, but the dude's got 20 goals and 21 assists on the season. Pretty solid dude out there as far as getting points goes and getting goals goes. So I love Sam Reinhart to score here. Obviously a tough matchup, but that's why we're getting paid for it. This is a 3.75x multiplier pack of picks. Second NHL slip we're going to go with is Troy Terry, higher than 0.5 points with the Ducks hosting the Jets. Jets on a back-to-back. I love Troy Terry here. He is a point getter for this team. This team's underrated. I think the Jets are, they got all they could handle from the Sharks last night. So they might be a little slow. Troy Terry is the point getting leader on this team. I like him to get one here. And this is a flat multiplier, so crazy good value. Next, we're going to go with Logan Cooley, higher than 0.5 assists. Obviously Logan Cooley is also a great point getter, great assist getter. But I just think that this matchup is going to play into his favor. And I really think that there is some, he's an assist leader for his team. So I really like Logan Cooley here to get this one done for us. And then also they're hosting the Canucks. I think the Canucks are a pretty good team. But again, Cooley, the leading assist getter for the Utah Hockey Club. We're going to roll with that one. All right. Next, we're going to college basketball. Rarely dip into these waters, but it's a light night, so I'm going to go into it. I'm going to go to Danny Wolf of Michigan, higher than 9.5 rebounds, and then PJ Haggerty of Memphis, higher than 18.5 rebounds. Next, we're going to go to college basketball number 2. It's going to be Isaac McNeely of UVA, higher than 2.5 3-pointers made. This guy's shooting in the high 40s from the mark. So hopefully he stays hot here in a game where they are going to need points to keep up with Memphis. And then another Michigan guy, Vladislav Golden, higher than 1.5 turnovers in this game with Oklahoma. Golden can be a little loose with the ball from time to time. It's only 1.5 turnovers. He's not terrible with it, but tough matchup with OU. So I like higher than 1.5 turnovers here, 2.75x multiplier. Lastly, we are going to go to our daily Lotto slip. We're going to go with Tyrese Hunter, higher the 2.5 3-pointers made of the Memphis. He's going to be trying to go shot for shot with Isaac McNeely. Then we're going to go with Travis Konechny of the Flyers, higher than 0.5 assists. Clayton Keller of Utah Hockey, higher than 1.5 points. And we're going to go with Kyle Connor, higher than 1.5 points. And that's 25.81x multiplier if you go straight. If you go with a flex slip, 15.49x or 3.42x. Can't go wrong either way. Sign up if you're not subscribed to the show on YouTube or via podcast. Hit that sub button, give us a rating, give us a review, whatever you like. The more, the merrier. Let's make some money.